The talismans are gone. Every single one of them. And the people of Fromville don't know it yet. How do you survive a town full of nightwalkers when the one thing that's always kept them out of every building just disappeared? What are Jade and Tabitha supposed to do with a bag of children's bones now that they actually have them? And is Fatima still someone they can trust, or has the town already turned her into something else entirely? Let's break down every open question heading into the final season. Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you considered subscribing. We cover every update on from the moment it drops, so you're never behind heading into the final season. Okay, let's walk through exactly where the Season 4 finale left everyone, because the gap between where Season 4 ended and where Season 5 has to begin is genuinely one of the most dangerous starting positions this show has ever put its characters in. Jade and Tabitha got into the bone chamber and did what they went down there to do. They retrieved the children's bones. That matters. The boy in white confirmed as much in the final scene of the episode, noting that the group successfully got the bones as a genuine point in the survivors' favor. But here's the problem. Nobody in Fromville is going to wake up understanding. While that rescue mission was consuming every person in the town, Sophia and Clara moved through the streets together and quietly collected every protective talisman they could find. Then they walked to the faraway tree and dumped them all in. By the end of the episode, there is nothing standing between the creatures and any building in town. Not Colony House, not the clinic, not a single home. And the residents have no idea. 2 people didn't make it through this finale. Marielle Sinclair was killed in the clinic by Smiley after the earthquake knocked the building's talisman loose. Elgin Williams, who had spent this entire season holding onto his faith as a survival strategy, discovered proof that Sophia has worn this face before, confronted her with it, and refused the deal she offered him. Sophia killed him for it. Both deaths land harder because of what each person represented inside the community. Marielle was someone still holding on to the idea of a human life inside the town. Elgin was someone who believed that integrity was worth more than survival. The show removed both of those things in the same episode. And then there's Fatima. Her transformation has been building all season after Clara gave her a herbal mixture under Sophia's instruction, and the finale is where it finishes. In the tunnels, with the creatures closing in on the group and no other option left, Fatima says, "Remember who I was," and fully transforms into one of the creatures herself. She holds them off. She buys the time the rest of the group needs to get out. And then the episode ends without confirming whether she's still in there at all. Those 3 losses, Marielle, Elgin, and the Fatima the group used to know, are the emotional weight the finale drops on the survivors heading into what comes next. Now let's talk about what Season 5 actually has to navigate, because this is the most dangerous starting position the show has ever created. Start with the talismans, because this is genuinely unprecedented. In the entire run of this series, the town has always had some form of talisman protection available to the residents. Even characters like Boyd and Donna, who remember the town before the discovery of the talismans, have never had to face a full season where the creatures can enter every structure freely. Nobody in Fromville has ever experienced what they're about to experience, and most of them don't even know it's coming yet. The first moment a creature walks into Colony House in broad daylight, or worse, in the dark, is going to fundamentally change how this community functions. Every routine, every safe space, every behavioral pattern they've built over years of surviving this town gets erased the moment that reality lands. Then there's the question of the bones. Jade and Tabitha have them. That's confirmed to matter. But Jade himself admitted in the finale that he doesn't yet know what to do with them. The boy in white's confirmation that obtaining the bones tipped the scales in the survivor's favor is meaningful, but it doesn't come with instructions. Season 5 has to answer the question the bones have been building toward since the children's cry was first heard. What do you actually do with the remains of children who were sacrificed centuries ago to make a bargain work? Here's where it gets even more complicated because of Clara. Clara has been fully absorbed into Sophia's operation, and she is still in the town right alongside everyone else. Nobody knows. Nobody suspects her. She helped steal the talismans and cover up a death this season, and she's walking into the final chapter as a trusted community member who is actively passing information to the enemy. That's not a passive threat. That's a weapon already embedded inside the group. And then there's Henry. His hallucinations reached a breaking point in the finale, convincing him so fully that the town was just a dream, that he found ammunition and briefly contemplated killing his own son. Ethan arriving at exactly the right moment was the only thing that stopped it. But Ethan can't be everywhere, and Henry's grip on what's real has never been weaker. Going into the final season, there are two major sources of danger now: the monsters outside and the mental collapse happening inside. Here's the rehook, because I want you to sit with something the creators said when they officially confirmed Season 5. They described what's coming as, questions will be answered, answers will be questioned, and there will surely be a cascade of tears and terrors in between. That's a very specific promise. Not just answers, not just resolution, tears and terrors together, which suggests the final season isn't structured to give audiences a clean victory. It's structured to cost them something in exchange for whatever resolution they get. And there's a separate statement from creators John Griffin and Jeff Pinkner that's been widely reported, where they confirmed the ending of the show will be the ending they always intended, from the very beginning, even as the specific path there has changed across 4 seasons. Executive producer Jack Bender previously said the storylines planted in Season 1 were always designed with that ending in mind, which means everything: the children's bones, the boy in white, the talismans, Fatima's transformation, Clara's allegiance, has been pointing at a single destination the writing team has known about since the show first aired on Epix on February 20th, 2022. So here's what we know about when and how we get there. Season 5 of From will consist of 13 episodes, matching the format of previous seasons. Production is scheduled to begin later this year in Halifax, Nova Scotia, where the show has filmed since its premiere. No exact release date has been set, but the expected window is sometime in 2027. A trailer isn't expected until close to that window, which means there's a significant stretch of waiting ahead before audiences get their next real look at the town. Harold Perrineau, Catalina Sandino Moreno, David Alpay, Scott McCord, Elizabeth Saunders, Ricky He, Chloe Van Landschoot, and Cordion Moore are all expected to return. Ion Bailey, who played Jim Matthews before his character was killed in the Season 3 finale, is not expected back in a regular capacity, though given the show's supernatural mechanics, appearances aren't impossible. The final season is executive produced by Griffin, Pinkner, Bender, Perrineau, Anthony and Joe Russo, Josh Applebaum, and Andre Nemec. This is the most watched series in MGM Plus history, sitting at a 97% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's heading into its final chapter with an audience that has been building theories and tracking clues for 4 years. Whatever comes next, the people who made this show have said they've always known how it ends. Season 5 is where we find out if they were right. So tell me what you think. How do the survivors last even one night once they realize every talisman is gone? And is there any version of Fatima that still exists inside whatever she's become? Drop your theories in the comments. I want to hear what you think is coming before we get a single frame of the final season. And if you want every update the moment it drops, go ahead and subscribe. I'd really appreciate having you here for the final chapter. See you when the Season 5 news starts coming.